This site was colloquially known everywhere by local people as the Pit, and was more or less a concrete jungle. The two blocks that overlook it, Coverley and Hayverley Point, were built 50 years ago by the GLC, I think, and the area of the new garden, it was a concrete area which had play equipment in it when it was initially built. Is because of where the way it's sited and it's sunken, it creates a sound trap. And so when young people used to play down here, it used to make a lot of noise and people complained. So years ago we raised money to remove the play equipment and put it in the park across the road. And from that time onwards, which was probably about 30 odd years ago, nothing has been done to it since. It was just a concrete derelict jungle. It was awful. Okay. But more recently, in the last 4 or 5 years, a group of young people used to come here regularly to do parkour, free running. They didn't come from the local area. They were not young people, not young, they were teenagers. They used to make a lot of noise running around, playing hip-hop music and disturbing the neighbours. We tried to negotiate with them and it didn't really work because they're not really an organised group. Along with the idea of it being a calming environment, we were saying, well, there needs to be something to make the concrete walls look a bit more pleasant. And we talked at that point with Creative Sparkworks, because again we've done some work with them in the past to see what creations we could make to improve, to put on the walls to make it look more interesting. And so we had several consultation meetings with them to decide on the theme, and the end of that was to do the 4 seasons, because obviously the park will go through 4 seasons every year. And we advertised and got a group of local residents who were interested, who created the designs from that theme. They created their designs and then worked on it on regular workshops, weekly workshops, some young people, some older, a mixture really, cross-generational. And that's the culmination of that is the panels that are now on the walls, which look really good.
One of the really big things that we wanted to try and do, as well as giving them a new garden, we wanted to involve the community in the design and the building of it. So I think there were 5 apprentices that were part of building this site, and 2 of them have ended up with full-time jobs, which is a huge benefit. They're not exactly from this estate, but they're from the local area. And then all the mosaics, it means everyone has a part ownership of the site because they've contributed to it. So hopefully that means that maintenance-wise it will stay as it is. It's Creative Sparks have been involved in that, and it's been pretty much everyone in the community who wanted to had a part in making them, and I think they look really great. And it's really nice for people to be able to come down and say, I did this one, this is mine, and stuff.
It was a horrible dark concrete pit, and there were all sorts of problems with antisocial behaviour, but it wasn't a usable space for the majority of residents, and this has created a garden area for residents. It's a sort of little haven of peace, and residents have just been telling me they love looking down on it. I think people are very happy because they've got a garden, and there aren't many estates that actually have a sort of real garden area. The nice thing about this is it's still an open space. You know, people can come in. It's not excluding people. Everybody can come in, but it's a lovely garden area. So and the planting will grow up. I worked very hard on the planting to make sure we've got lots of nice flowering plants, which will over the years sort of grow and improve. And all the rest. There's a lot of climbers along here which will grow up and cover these walls. So in a year or so's time, these walls will probably be entirely green. The money was very beneficial to the community to just give them a space that is usable, because it was a real eyesore and it was creating all sorts of maintenance problems. And this now is a low maintenance site, so it's a huge benefit. It's a very sustainable site, it's a green site, so it's doing all the things that we should be doing in the current climate.
I think projects such as this one here are a real positive contribution to the local community. How you feel about your place and how you feel about where you live and how you feel when you go to work in the morning or go to school really does affect your sense of well-being, your happiness. And when you wake up and you walk through this rather than a concrete pit, you have to say that is money well spent.